All of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So please remember, different structure, same function is called as analogous. Same structure, but different function, homologous. That is what you have to remember. Okay, guys? So it's not our things. It is a evolution concept. It is deleted, but just I'm saying. So please remember that. So why the aquatic animals have a higher breathing rate? Because the availability of oxygen in water, dissolved oxygen in water is less. So to meet the required oxygen supply to the body, they need to breathe more and more number of times. That is only the reason. Compared to the land animals also we can call it as a terrestrial animals. The aquatic animals, the breathing rate is higher. So that is what you have to remember. So next, the image below shows the cross section of a blood vessel of a human arm. Cross section of a blood vessel of a human arm. By seeing that, already we will understand that it is a what, everybody? All of you? It is the vein. Clear, everyone? So that is the first thing. So what is the type of a blood vessel shown in the image? That is what they are asking. What is the type of a blood vessel, Amma? All of you?
Vein.
Vein. Next, which direction will the blood flows in such a blood vessel? Check it, everybody. They mentioned P and Q. So this is P and this is Q. So now in which direction you are expecting? Everybody, from P to Q or Q to P? Check it.
P to Q.
P to Q. So please note it. This is again a pressure concept. So whatever the direction of blood, so this will be bending to that direction, the same direction of that. For example, if the blood is coming in this direction, then these walls will be like this. Do you all understand what I'm saying? Everybody? All of you? Yes, please. So that is what you have to remember. So what is the direction of blood? Which direction will the blood flows in this blood vessel? All of you from P to Q. Okay? So remember that. Even this already I have given you the diagrams also. I hope your classwork also you people drawn these diagrams. Am I right, Hari? Yes? Yeah, Mr. Swadhan, if you do not have presence of mind, don't join in the meeting, I'm saying. Next. We often hear the people complain about acidity in the stomach. So this is again the same question. So overproduction of what substance is mostly likely a reason for the complaint? What substance? Everybody?
Hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric acid, stomach. Why is the production of this substance is necessary? Anybody? We are all having this digestion process. So even that is, I told you, very important. If it excess is excess produced, it is called as a what? Yes, it will leads to the some problem. That problem is called as, if it is ulcer.
Acidic.
Yes. So you can notice it here. So the gastric glands present in the walls of the stomach. So this releases hydrochloric acid, a protein digesting enzyme called pepsin, and as well as mucus. That is the three things which is released by the stomach. Now, what is the importance of hydrochloric acid? The hydrochloric acid create an acidic medium which facilitates the action of the enzymes. That is what pepsin. So that is why we will say pepsin is active in only in what medium? Acidic medium or basic medium? Everybody.
Acidic medium.
Acidic medium. Understanding? But if you take the trypsin will be in what medium? Basic medium.
Basic.
You understanding? That is what. So, what is the importance of HCl here? Why is the production of this substance is necessary? What is the reason? The action of hydrochloric acids create an acidic medium which facilitates the action of the enzymes. What is that enzymes? Yes, please.
Pepsin.
Pepsin. Exactly, you need to write the same sentence. No need to write any other thing. Next. How does the stomach prevent itself from the harmful effects of overproduction of the substance? So there is a somebody who will neutralizes acid. Who is that? Yes, mucus. That is only the next one. The mucus protects the inner linings of the stomach from the action of the acid under normal conditions. Make it quick. So that's all is answer. That's the reason. Word to word, we have to read from the NCRT. Okay, everybody? All of you mark in our NCRT book also. That is what I wanted. All of you clear? Next. So there are various muscles present in the human digestive system known as spinsters. By this time you have to remember spinsters. Last year board exam also came. Is it right, guys? MCQ. You all remember? All of you? So spinster is present at the ends of two places, digestive systems. Where it is present? The spinster is present in two different places. Where it is at? The exit of food from the stomach is regulated by a spinster muscle which releases it in small amounts to the small intestine. So spinster is muscle. Spinster is the muscle which is present at the end of a stomach and beginning of the small intestine. That is the break where we have a muscle. What is a muscle we used to call? Spinster muscle. Same way, last. The exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter. So at the anus, the end of the anus, again we are having a muscle which we used to call it as a sphincter muscle. Otherwise, what will happen? The excretion process will never be in our control. That is what you have to remember. And same way, digestion of small intestinal digestion also, it won't be in our control. So now that is what. So pyloric sphincter at the junction of stomach and small intestine. Till now, the name you people don't know. If you want, you can learn. Next one is anal sphincter at the anus. So two I already identified. So one is at the where? A sphincter muscle at the small intestine, beginning of the small intestine, and the last one is the anal sphincter. This sphincter name, if you want, you learn it. They are saying pyloric sphincter. It is not there for us, but just I am saying. Now, give one most likely consequence of malfunctioning of each of these spinsters. Malfunctioning means damages. Suppose, yes, just now I told you. What will happen? Yes, please. What is the function? You tell me. See, don't follow the answer of what they have given. So what is the use of this one, everybody? See how to write this question. Sir, book answer illa, guide answer illa. What do I have to do? What is the use of this muscle, everybody? The sphincter muscle, which releases it in small amount into the small intestine. The exit of food from the stomach is regulated by a sphincter muscle, which releases it in small amounts into the small intestine. From the stomach, the food now enters the small intestine. Understand, everybody? Now, if the sphincter muscle fails, what will happen, guys? The more amount of food will enter into the small intestine so that no proper digestion will take place. Do you all understand, everybody? Poor digestion. That is what. So, this will not be takes place. So, it will leads to the what? Poor digestion means complete digestion is not properly takes place. That is what will happen. Next, same way. Last one. The rest of the material is removed from the body via the anus. That is what the unabsorbed food. That is what we used to say excretion is into the large intestine where its walls absorb more water from this material. The rest of the material is removed from the body via the anus. So the exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter. If anal sphincter fails, what will happen? There is no control of excretion. So involuntary release of excretion, there is a name, technical name. There is a scientific name we used to call. I have to taught you. What is that? Anybody? What is the name of that excretion? Feces. So feces we used to say. So feces from the body. Now you see the excretion is a voluntary function. Whenever we need, we can. We want to stop, we can. But if it is anal sphincter fails, so it will leads to the involuntary action. So if anal fails, it will turn up into the involuntary. That is the reason a small kids, they don't know actually, their body don't know the importance of sphincter muscles unless they've grown up into second 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Unless they come up into that age, the body never understands the importance of the sphincter muscles. That is the reason you see a small babies, we will give always a liquid food. They will never get the normal rice also. Rice also after 6 months or 1 year, we have to crush it fully and then we have to feed them. Am I right or wrong, everybody? Well boiled food only we have to keep them. What is the reason? Because the food will never digest properly for them. If it is a complex food, it is not possible to digest. That is why we have to give them like that. And for them, the motion, what we used to say is excretion, is out of control. So they even never experience it. They're doing that one because there is no kind of importance of anal sphincter for them when they are in a kids. Once the situations develops like higher when they are grown up, so then slowly the anal sphincter importance it will understand. Same way, the here this muscle, sphincter muscle also it will be understanding. So it will be activating like that. Till that they will be inactive. When they are grown up only, they will activate. That is what we can say. So next question. Hope you all understand, all of you. So next question is also very important. This is actually how do organisms reproduce, but here we have to study. So the developing human embryo gets nutrition from the mother through a special tissue called as a placenta. So that pipeline, what we used to call the connecting pipeline, we used to call something. Anybody?
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord. Understand all of you? So that umbilical cord, now mention two structural designs of the placenta that help the embryo to get nutrition. Anybody? To get nutrition. Two structural designs. I will show you people. So I have already given you the diagram also. So you can tell me that. I have taught you to remember placenta formation. Villi are towards to the what? Mother side or baby side? Villi, excess surface area. I have taught you people. Just observe and tell me. You have done or not, you can check it. Yeah. So you can discuss here also. There is a special two designs for it. What is the reason? The blood spaces, you can notice it. So you all can notice this is what is the connection. So in which direction we are having the villi, that excess surface area. You can see the finger-like projections. The finger-like projections are towards to the mothers or towards to the baby fetus. Towards to the, yes, please. Villi are present. All of you see here, everyone. So we are having, there is a blood spaces on the mother side and villi are present towards the embryo side so that there is a excess supply. Whatever the required by the baby, all the things will be supplied. So you all can notice it. This is what. So exactly if you want. So this is what is the blood spaces and this is what is the villi. So what is the importance of villi? They will increase us the surface area for the better absorption. So you can notice exact picture. So fetal villi and blood spaces. So this is what you have to remember. Two things, please note it. So placenta formation, this is a exact even more picture, it will be clear. So blood spaces is towards to the villi and as well as blood spaces. Note these two. So villi is on the embryo side and blood spaces is towards to the mother side so that it will increases the supply of all the nutritions of food whatever it is because all even excretion of the baby also takes place to the same umbilical cord. That is why it will take more time, like more supply of oxygen. The surface area increases. Villi wherever they are present, small intestine or large intestine or coming to the placenta, everywhere it is the same. So umbilical cord, what is the purpose of it? To increase the blood supply, to increase the nutritions, whatever to the baby, everything it will be taken care. So that is the importance of it. So mention two structural designs of the placenta that help the embryo to get nutrition. Villi are present, blood spaces are present, so that all the required things it will be supplied to the body, baby, embryo. Now, is the placenta tissue designed for one-way transport? Just for your answer. Is it designed for one-way transport? Already we studied. Anybody? Is it designed for one-way transport? One-way means what, Ra? One-way means
No,
only
sir.
going, no reverse. So is it only for one way? We have studied already in how do organs reproduce? Placenta
No,
formation. So it will be reverse also. In what way you can say reverse? The baby excretion, it will be taken back to the mother's who? How? Through the placenta only. Is it right or wrong, guys? In which page, Hari, it is there? Placenta? Fertilized. Is it right? In this.
it's here only.
Yeah. So what will happen?
Above, sir, above.
Yeah. Above.
First paragraph. Ah,
Hmm. Hmm. So here it will be says. This paragraph, I think. Am I right? We can have a earlier section of the mother's body is designed to undertake the development of child. Hence, the uterus prepare itself every month receives the nurture and growing. Where it is there, Hari? Not here.
sir,
The
see the
next
line.
paragraph.
Embryo gets nutrition.
Ah, uterine wall. Is it right? Yes. The disc, that is what we say a placenta. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. This is a disc which is embedded in the uterine wall. It contains villi. Have you noticed that? Villi on the which side? Everybody. This is the most important one. Till now you might be have read. Many people you might be have read, but not clearly. Now you read. It contains villi on the embryo side of the tissue. Please underline. On the mother side are blood spaces. So blood spaces are mother side and villi are in the which side? Everybody. Villi are in the
Embryo side.
embryo side, which surrounded the villi. So this provides a large surface area. We all know importance of villi for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. The developing embryo will also generate waste substances which can be removed by the transferring them into the mother's blood through the same placenta. So that is why we will say, all of you, is it a one way or two ways? Everybody. It is not one way. It is the both the ways, going and coming. That is what you have to remember now. So that is only the answer. All of you clear, Amma? So if you check the answer also, you can see, you'll be surprised. The answer also exactly words also they won't change. That is what you can see. People thinks. Suppose you never read the NCRT book. If you've gone through this alone and if you have checked these answers, இது என்ன எங்க இருக்கா? It has a villi on the embryo side. It has a blood spaces on the mother side. No, the waste generated by the developing embryo is transferred out through the placenta tissue. If you go through this PDF without reading the NCRT, you all can see. Now NCRT, if you read, every word is there or not? Entire answer is matching or not? All of you? Yes or no? Please respond. That is what. So every word is from NCRT only. People thinks that it is not, but definitely from NCRT only. So last question, let us finish now. So we'll go through the next one. So only last question is left in this chapter. So that is what now. After this meeting, after this class, what you have to do it? Start reading again. All these 27, 21 questions, you just have a glance and you will understand how to read, not answer NCRT. So what is the reason I'm saying you now? I already told you. Now we are in a what level? Third step, pre-board exams we are going to write. So by this time, what is our concept? Everybody? What is our concept? Question to the concept. Means one question if you learn, you have to learn the entire concept related to that. Now we learned regarding placenta. So you have to learn entire thing. If fertilization occurs, so what will happen? If not fertilized, that is the next concept. If fertilization occurs, you have to learn from here to here. Everything you have to revise. Fertilization occurs because the child is born as a result of rhythmic contraction of the muscles in the uterus. Last year pre-board paper, you all sees that. For this point, half mark. Do you all remember everybody? Every word they have been written. Is it right or wrong? All of you? So that is why you have to go through that. So one question if you learn, you have to answer every part is required to that. That is what. So this is the last question in this chapter. So let us finish. So arthropods and molluscs have a copper containing respiratory pigment called hemocyanin, while human beings have iron containing hemoglobin. This is regarding blood. So we all know iron, RBC. The RBC which is present in red color. Who is the required? Who is the reason? Reason behind. Even the beginning of the chapter we studied. For chlorophyll, who is that, Amma? chlorophyll,
Iron.
magnesium, for iron, this one. So now, how do respiratory pigments help in the process of respiration? How they will help? We all knows. Who will transport the oxygen? Which part of the blood will transport the oxygen? Again, same. Which page, Ra? Page number, tell me. I don't know. I do not have much knowledge. You also tell. I don't know. Red blood cells, where it will comes? You all should tell. Transportation, I think not life process. Which chapter it will come? How do organisms? No, this chapter only.
It's a life process.
Life
Life
process.
process.
Okay. So which page? RBCs. RBCs, transportation. Blood. Anybody? Page number you should tell. I don't know. You have to find this or that's your responsibility.
Page 90, sir.
Page 90. So page 90 they are saying, so who will carries the oxygen? Everybody. Or not only oxygen, plasma will carries the carbon dioxide. We all know, we have studied. And oxygen will be carried by whom? Page 90, Hari. Yes. It will be carried by whom? Hemoglobin. Do you all remember everybody? Which has a very high affinity for oxygen. So the respiratory pigment, which is hemoglobin, which will has a high affinity to the oxygen. So this pigment is present in the red blood corpuscles. So carbon dioxide is even more soluble in water than oxygen, and hence it is mostly transported in the dissolved form in our blood. So that is why CO2 is transported by whom, guys? Plasma. Carbon dioxide, oxygen is transported by RBC. That is what hemoglobin. So now that is what they are asking. How do respiratory pigments help in the process of respiration? How do you help, Ra? In transporting what? Everyone. Transporting
Oxygen.
oxygen to the body. That is what. Next. Why do multicellular animals need respiratory pigments? Anybody? Because by the diffusion, simple cellular, single cellular organisms, by the process of, for them, there is no respiratory organs. For them, by the simple process. What is the process? Everybody. By the process of diffusion. Diffusion is sufficient for them to transport the oxygen, required oxygen. But humans, I already told you that also. If suppose only diffusion takes place, how many years it will take to reach the oxygen from the nose to the lungs, feet? Everyone.
3 years.
Almost it will take 3 years to transport the oxygen from the lungs to the foot of our body if it is takes place only by the diffusion. So why multicellular animals need a separate organs? Because we need what? Everybody. We need more supply of oxygen because as we need, what is the reason? Lot of amount of energy need to be released by the body for or to maintain all the metabolic processes. Why do multicellular animals need respiratory pigments? To carry out the oxygen quickly to the all the parts of the body, so that what will happen? It will reduce the deficiency of oxygen. So what will happen if there is no kind of special tissues, special pigment, the body parts will never get sufficient oxygen. So no proper respiration, no proper release of energy. So that is the reason. So when the body size is large, diffusion is not alone is not sufficient to transport the oxygen. So we need a special pigments which will carry out the oxygen very faster to all the parts of the body from the respiratory organs. What is the respiratory organs in the humans? Everyone? What is the respiratory organs in humans?
Lung.
Respiratory organs of a human
Lung.
is what? Lungs. That is what. So from the lungs, entire body it will be carried out. That is the reason we need it. So this is what is all about. 21 questions in the CBQs. Every question is a challenging question only. It is not easy. As I told you, biology was a major concern. We will lose more mark if you, even though you know the answer, but you don't know how to write the answer. So that's the reason. My sincere request, expecting everybody start working now. I know many people are there. They will experience it after the board exam. What? If they're cheating, they only feels. So start working now. So start reading now. I think 4 days leave. 4 days, 4 different chapters from 6 to 8:30. You can read. 10 o'clock only class, 1.5 hour is sufficient. So a 6 to 8:30 or 9 o'clock, one chapter per day, 4 chapters biology over. One chapter per day. So today what chapter you have to start again? Perfectly. Which chapter? Yes, life process. Okay. Keep these CBQs with you. CBQs you read, answer you read, and textbook you read. So that match and read, so that you will never face the difficulty. Till 8:30, everybody has to read. Extra questions are there. You practice. Every question related to that you have to practice. Okay. Start working. 4 days, 4 chapters. Again, it will be over. So that now what is our aim? Keep in your mind, the aim is that how to write a proper sentence. I'm not asking you to learn the concept. I know 95% of you are good in concept. But the thing is how to write the proper answer for the board exam. That is our target now. So 6, 7, 8, 8:30. So 2.5 hours, even 9, 3 hours. You can have sufficient time to form a sentences and learning. So that is the main part or major concern to focus now. So start working for that. How to write a efficient answer in the board exam, not our useless answers, so that it will not supposed to deduct the mark. So that for that you work and you finish it. So today's target, life process. Read as much as careful. That is what I can suggest you. So very efficient manner, far from the phone, effectively you read, definitely we can finish. Sharply come by 10 o'clock. So today we are going to practice different questions. Okay. Thank you everybody. We'll meet by 10 o'clock.